The KitchenAid mixer does not turn on, and what I'm about to show you is the biggest issue resulting in no power with the KitchenAid mixer. It's in fact such a big issue that KitchenAid actually changed the design of their mixer to prevent this from happening. So this little plastic screw cap right here, it's a cap for the carbon motor brushes. And when you remove this cap, you'll find a little spring. And on the end of that spring is a carbon motor brush. And in order for this mixer to run, the end of this carbon brush needs to contact the commutators on the armature. Now the problem is people remove these, whether it be to clean them or for who knows what. Now people remove these not realizing that they're keyed. You see that little flange right there? This is what's referred to as a dog-eared flange. Now take note here, you see this little tiny brass piece back there? That's a 90-degree angle cutout. And in order for this brush to pass that, it needs to be aligned properly. For example, that little cutout was in the top left here, which means that you're going to have your dog-eared flange on the top left to get it to pass through. And if you were to install that in any other orientation, it would not contact the motor and it would not start. So if your mixer isn't powering on, just shine a light up in that hole and make sure that the brushes are aligned properly. Because 9 times out of 10, that'll fix your issue. KitchenAid was losing so much money on this due to warranty claims that they actually changed the way that they make their housings. The newest lineup no longer has these brush ports on the outside. And this right here is the new design for the motor and the field assembly. Now these are now the holders for those brushes. If we take a look here, you can see right there, that's where the brush touches that commutator. Now the brushes are now built into this motor, so that's all going to be pushed up into the machine. You will not have access. There will no longer be this port. It's just going to be flat metal. Now doing it like this, it's going to be a double-edged sword. It's going to save the company money and in turn help customers by making sure that their machines aren't having no power. But these brushes are also a wear item, so these need to be replaced over time. They will wear themselves down, which eventually does result in no power. But now in order to swap those, you would have to remove the entire rear end out of the machine, which makes it quite a bit harder to fix something that is a simple fix. The good news is, however, I've seen these machines run decades without needing to change the brushes. So it's probably likely that it's a win for everybody. But it is going to cause some issues down the road. And that is because they're selling the brushes, the motor armature, the field assembly, and the bearing bracket as a singular unit. Well, eventually they're going to stop manufacturing all the individual components, so you're not going to be able to repair these older machines because parts won't be available. And of course, this doesn't just slide into the old style machines without doing some pretty major fabrication. Now, I have no idea how long it's going to be till they phase this out. It could be months, it could be years, it could be decades. So in the meanwhile, I'm just going to build up a massive part supply so I can continue to fix these old machines, hopefully indefinitely. Let me know what you think about the change.